Again, I can't stress this enough to make you aware of just how truly precious time is, but also to remind you to cherish the relationships that you had with loved ones. Don't leave everyone on red, READ. Respond back to those text messages. Call those friends back. Even though y'all had words, y'all work it out. You never know when someone else's time or your time is going to expire. Because the real tragedy isn't that life is short. But the real tragedy is we act like it's not. So I stated earlier that this message was birthed from challenges and lessons that life has taught me. So please allow for me to finally expound upon that. Listen, I wasn't really sure if I was going to share this, but I believe someone here needs to hear it. Many years ago, and a few thousand less gray hairs, a former coworker and I, we became really good friends. Just to kind of give you some background, it's rare for me to befriend someone that I work with. I've been through some ish, so I've learned to set boundaries, especially when it comes to coworkers. Anywho, him and I, we kept in contact after I was no longer working with the company. One day out the blue, he called me. We had a real heartfelt conversation. We stayed on the phone for at least 2 hours, closer to 3 hours, talking about different subjects, shared some laughter, some great memories. Towards the end of this call, we both agreed, hey man, we need to link up, hang out. Typical for how you've been in the phone conversation with someone you haven't seen or talked to in a while, right? Fast forward to about 3 months later, got a phone call. Same friend was in a car accident when he sustained a cut and he was being hospitalized. Many of you probably thinking like me, okay, car accident, he got a cut, it'll heal, right? I'm confused. Why is he in the hospital? How severe is this cut? So now what I didn't know is that the cut got infected and my friend had leukemia. So now I got to do some research because I ain't no doctor or nurse. I attend Google University from time to time, but from what I understand, leukemia disrupts the production and the function of white blood cells, which makes fighting off an infection for leukemia patients that much more difficult. So this cut that I thought was minor was actually life-threatening. My timelines might be a little off because this was many years ago, but I want to say very shortly after the accident, I got a phone call from my brother telling me our mutual friend, the one who was in a car accident, had just called to inform him that he was given 90 days to live. I ain't say 6 months. I ain't say a year. I ain't say 2 years. 90 days. Keeping it all the way 100. I stayed strong the entire time my brother and I talked on the phone. But let me tell y'all something. When I hung up that phone, your boy cried. Same person who I just told months ago we needed to link up and hang out was just given 90 days to live. So my brother and I decided to call out one day from our jobs and went to see our friend days after we got the news. We had a heartfelt visit, shared plenty of laughs. I remember asking him how he was feeling. He was always in good spirits, always smiling, laughing. Told him we'd be back next week. They gave him 90 days, right? We got time, don't we? Shouldn't we? He was gone before we could make it back the next week. We made the assumption that we had more time. I ain't forgot about you, bro. Rest in peace, Los. I'm sure so many of us others have a story to tell where they assumed they had more time. Again, I can't stress this enough to make you aware of just how truly precious time is, but also to remind you to cherish the relationships that you had with loved ones. Don't leave everyone on red, READ. Respond back to those text messages. Call those friends back. Even though y'all had words, y'all work it out. You never know when someone else's time or your time is going to expire. Because the real tragedy isn't that life is short. But the real tragedy is we act like it's not.